Welcome to the Top Gun Show, where I bring you new providers, new technologies, and introduce you to the best professionals in the industry so you can make informed decisions. And talk about the best leaders. Today, I'd like to welcome the one, the only, Eddie Acosta, the Senior Vice President of Sales at Intelisys, a ScanSource company. With many years of executive sales leadership roles under his belt at companies such as Zayo, Exo Communications, Windstream, and Avant, Eddie recently returned home to Intelisys to serve as the strategic leader in driving business decisions and maintaining the company's position as the industry's leader. Eddie, welcome. You're on the Top Gun Show, my friend.
Steve, I appreciate you having me on. I'm excited to be here.
Well, as we were talking,
Long time listener, by the way, first time attendee. So thanks for having me on.
well, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's nice to have you on. It's nice to have you on. You know, this is going to be hard because we could probably talk for an hour or two about what's going on in Intelisys, but we're going to keep it real crisp here. The first question is, how does it feel to come back to Intelisys after being with Avant for 3 years, and what led to your decision?
It feels great to be home. To be honest with you, I missed the group here. There's a great group of people here, and I don't want to diminish the time that I had there because I met some really great individuals there as well. And the one thing we can all agree on is that the only thing that's constant is change, right? So I'm excited to be back. Some of the decisions that led to me coming back, well, one main decision was I got the opportunity to work with the partners that I originally started with. So I started in this TST space back in 2014, and I was here from 2014 to 21, and I was building this Southwest region into the Central region, and the opportunity to come back and support the partner community that I'd always worked with was just really appealing. And when I went to Avant, I went and did a lot of different roles. So I got the opportunity to be a chief of staff, a senior VP of strategy, and I helped deliver some of the go-to-market strategies for them as a business practice. And the one thing I just missed was the opportunity to work with the people that I originally started with. And so the opportunity presented itself here. Bob called, he gave me the shot. I came back and I couldn't have been happier. And then right at around the 9-month mark, I was asked to take on a different role. And so here I am now as the Senior VP of Sales and Engineering.
That's great. That's great, man. It's good to return home. You know, the elephant in the room about Intelisys is that there's been, a lot of turnover in the last couple of years. And, when John Delosier, our good friend, everybody loves John, when he left Intelisys, there were some rumblings about ScanSource's commitment to the sales partner community. So how would you like to address that?
I still believe Intelisys is 100% committed to the partner community. I wouldn't have come back if that wasn't the case. When you look at it today, ScanSource is actually a holding company, right? You've got Intelisys now that is a separate subsidiary. You have this hardware division, and then you have the advisory services division of the business. But we've been doing things unlike any other TSD for years. We're the only publicly traded company out there. When I think of why people want to do business with Intelisys, it's because their money's secure. We share everything we do as a business practice. You're very aware of it. And for the last 30 years, I don't think anyone's done it as well as we have. There's a lot of people that come up and they compete and they give us a lot of, when you're sitting on top, it's easy to shake the stool a little bit, right? But we're doing great things, and we're going to continue to do great things, and we're going to continue to invest in the partners that do business with us.
That's great. That's great. Good to hear. Good to hear. And I'm so glad you're back. I mean, when I remember when I heard the news that you were going back there, and I thought, good. This is good for the industry to have you back in a leadership role there. So that's fantastic stuff. So let's talk about your plans, Eddie. Intelisys can't really be unseated. They're number one in volume. They've like you said, it's a holding company for a ton of revenue. So how do you get better though? I mean, what are your plans to catapult Intelisys into the next level?
Well, I think for the first time in a long time, we actually have a plan. Ken Mills came into the business, and he put together a 5-year plan on how we're going to look to grow this business and what we're going to do to change what we do in the marketplace. We can't just operate as a traditional TSD distributing products and services. We have to adapt, and we have to find a new partner community to work with. And that's part of the reason why we launched the channel exchange, and that's being led today by Catherine White. And so that channel exchange is going to allow us to offer unmanaged licensing, a variety of licensing. And we don't want to be everything to everyone. We know that there's competitors out there that have big app stores with a lot of options. We're going to be really focused on what we're going to serve and support. We're going to create the option for you to go out and white label it yourself, or have us bill it on your behalf, or let you just sell it the traditional agency route. But any route you go, you're going to have a route. And that's the best part about it. So there is no wrong route for you. There's just multiple routes for you.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's fly above the industry for a second at a 30,000 foot level. You know the industry well, and Intelisys has really defined the industry. What do you think the major challenges are for TSD, for the TSD community as a whole?
Well, I think we're all dealing with some margin compression right now. We've got some very sophisticated partners. We've got private equity in the space. We've got providers like yourself that are having to deal with the same margin compression that we are as competition comes into the market. And so we've got to figure out different ways to add value to the partner community, but we also have to find ways to still and sell a valuable product in the market that allows us to make a good, healthy margin, you to make a good, healthy margin, and the partners to feel good about the people they work with. So that's probably the most compelling challenge that we're running into today. There's a lot of competition in the market, although it looks like it's shrinking just a little bit. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be more and more changes. You know, the PE organizations that have come into the business have all been here right at that 4-year, 5-year mark. And so I think it's just a matter of time before you see something happen. And I think that's going to be the interesting thing, because we all know what the outcome is. The ultimate outcome is that there's going to be an event, right? It's just, when is that event going to take place?
Right. Good stuff, man. I got to have you back on the show. We could drill down into this, for hours, I'm sure. I mean, you've got such great experience, and I want to hear more about the vision you've got for Intelisys. But this is good. You're a big fan of the Top Gun show, and you mentioned that you've seen probably all 1,000 episodes at this point in time. So I'm going to ask you a personal question. Can you tell the viewers a fun, little-known fact about yourself?
Well, I've lived in a bunch of different cities, but I always consider myself to be a Texan. I was born in West Texas, but I didn't actually grow up there. I've grown up in the Dallas-Fort Worth metro for most of my life. I've been married to my wife for the last 17 years. We've been together a little over 22 years, which is a little fun fact there. I've got a 21-year-old that's a junior in college at a great school. I think he's living his best life. He's at the University of Alabama right now, and I've got a 16-year-old. So, fun fact, I'm a huge fan of golf. I love getting out. We love traveling as a family. I take my kids as many places as I can. I didn't get a chance to do as many trips as they've done when I was younger. So I want to make sure that they live a different experience than I have. And I'm not saying I had a bad one growing up. I'm just saying I want to give them the things that I didn't have, right, growing up. So.
Very good. Good priorities, my friend. Yeah. Well, Eddie, I'm going to have you back on, man, pretty soon, and let's do this again. Thank you for carving time out of your busy schedule to be on the Top Gun show. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Steve. Look forward to being back on.
All right, man. Thanks for watching, everybody.